My useless husband needs to sell his failing company to me. That's what she said. 8:17 p.m. Rooftop of the Columbia Club. She didn't laugh. She didn't smile. She meant it. People laughed for her. A waiter froze mid-pour. One of her colleagues looked at his shoes. Her father just nodded and took a sip. My name is Graham, 42 years old, founder of Fenrir Systems. 15 years in industrial tech. Clients in aerospace, freight, and critical systems. Built from nothing. Profitable. Quiet. Not flashy enough for her world. I set my glass down. Didn't blink. Didn't speak. Noted. She didn't look at me. Didn't need to. The statement wasn't for me. It was for the room. I walked past the bar. Her co-workers made space without eye contact. The band started a new song. Too late. Took the side exit, down the service stairs. 2 floors, concrete, and silence. No footsteps behind me. 8:43 p.m., 3rd floor of the garage. I sat in the car. No engine. No music. Just city lights reflecting on the glass. I opened the glove box, took the event pass from my jacket, folded it. Once, twice, tore it into thin strips, placed them on the passenger seat, left them there. I drove 3 blocks, stopped at a gas station. Bought coffee, no cream, no lid. The cashier looked up. Big night? I didn't answer. Back in the car, I didn't drink, just held the heat. Let it burn. 9:12 p.m., office entrance, side door, code accepted. Lights came on in sequence. Hallway, reception, my office. I didn't sit. Logged into the front desk terminal. Deleted the guest access records from the evening. All entries. No trail. Turned off the screen. Not the system. Walked to the break room. Made a fresh pot of coffee. Didn't pour it. Just waited. It filled the silence. Stopped in front of the server room. Took out an old badge. Monsieur Vite. Scanned it. Still active. Green light blinked once. Then off. Back in my office, I opened the lower drawer. Put the badge inside. Locked the drawer. Phone buzzed. A message. We should talk. I placed the phone face down on the desk. A 10:01 p.m. I walked out, didn't drive home, didn't go anywhere specific. 7 blocks, then 8, no direction. Walked past a late-night dry cleaner, a bar closing early, a man in a suit sitting alone on a curb. Didn't stop. Next morning, 8:05 a.m. She arrived. White blazer, high heels, perfect makeup, lawyer beside her, flash drive in hand. They walked in like they owned the place. I was already in the conference room. 2 chairs, 1 pen, hot coffee, no folder. She sat down. So did he. We're ready to proceed, she said. As discussed, I said nothing. The lawyer leaned forward. Offers finalized. Full equity transfer to her. He retains an honorary title, no authority. I looked at her. Agreed by who? She paused. Not long, just enough. Her mouth stayed composed, but her eyes moved. She scanned the table, the room, me. She expected a signature. She didn't expect silence. Something was off. She didn't know what. Not yet. 6 months earlier, Helena started showing up at the office more often. Not scheduled, not announced, just present. She brought folders and phrases like streamlining, and tightening narratives. She smiled when she took control. At first she just observed, then she suggested, then she assumed. She changed the font in our investor updates. Then she rewrote the updates. Then she sent them without me. I didn't argue, didn't even ask to review. She said I was too deep in the weeds. The board agreed. I moved my desk to the back of the floor. No one asked why. Then came the rebranding. A delivery team installed a new sign in the lobby. Fenrir Systems, from vision to precision. The old one was aluminum. I had mounted it myself. This one was matte black, sleek. No one said a word. During an investor update, she took the head seat. I sat 3 chairs down. One investor asked about the diagnostic framework. She answered before. I opened my mouth, she got it half right. No one noticed. I poured the coffee. Ed saw the shift before anyone. He stopped by more often. Quiet visits. Watching. One evening, we stood in the hallway looking into the empty conference room. "This place used to have dust in the corners," he said. I didn't respond. "You planning to just let it all go?" I looked at him. Not long. Just enough. He handed me an envelope. Didn't say what was inside. "Read it when you've decided." Then he left. Sam was next. "She told me to rewrite your protocols, said they're not scalable." "Did you?" I told her I'd think about it. He waited for me to react. I didn't. He left slowly. Closed the door like it mattered. I walked the floor less. The energy had shifted. One afternoon I came in and saw a new seating chart. I wasn't on it. Helena said I was floating now. More strategic that way. I nodded. Once. 3 developers. Asked to move to remote. One said nothing and just stopped showing up. The team started eating lunch in smaller groups. Meetings became shorter. Silences longer. One morning, I came in to find the whiteboard empty. Everything gone, formulas, paths, dates, 6 months of thought erased with precision. The marker tray was clean. A new eraser sat neatly in the middle. Someone had left a capless red marker beside it. I stood there. The room smelled like fresh ink and lemon cleaner. I turned off the lights. Closed the door. Didn't return that day. Later that week, Helena held an all-hands. I wasn't invited. Watched from my office through the glass wall. She talked about alignment, velocity, and future-proofing. I watched Ed. He wasn't impressed, but he stayed. After the meeting, he came by again. "That's a strong engine she's running." I nodded. "What are you going to do?" I didn't answer. I went home early. The house was clean. Too clean. Fridge held bottled water, almond milk, and 2 labeled meals. I took one out, put it on the counter, didn't eat it. Sat in the dark. Phone buzzed once. I didn't check it. Just sat. The first thing I noticed, my calendar access was gone. Meetings disappeared, projects unshared, files grayed out. I tried logging into the design. Repository access denied. Then the architecture folder, access denied. I opened the dashboard system. My profile had been marked view only. I closed the laptop, pressed my palms flat on the desk, sat in silence for 4 minutes, then stood and walked to the window. Nothing had changed outside, just in here. That afternoon, her father called. "You've had your time, Graham. You did well." Didn't respond. "She's streamlined everything. We can scale now." Still nothing. "It's not about ego. It's about structure. You should be grateful." I hung up. Didn't block the number. Just deleted it. The next morning, I walked into the break room. Someone had left a business magazine on the table. Cover, Helena. Headline, From Founder's Wife to Tech Powerhouse. Inside, a 2-page spread. Her quotes, her metrics. One line about me. He's stepping back to focus on vision. I hadn't spoken to them, but someone had. I sat. Coffee untouched. 2 employees passed behind me. "She's a force of nature," one said. "She saved it," the other replied. I didn't turn around. Later that week, the legal packet arrived. Email. Attached PDF. Formal proposal. Transition of equity and operational authority. Clause 14C, I remembered it. 4 years ago. I'd signed it at her request. Standard contingency, she said. Now it was binding. The document offered her 82% controlling stake. I'd be titled Founder Emeritus. No veto, no vote, no voice. They offered an unpaid advisory position, honorary. Presence at quarterly reviews, I printed it. Read it twice. Highlighted phrases. No recourse. Irrevocable transfer. Legacy title only. My name was still at the top, but only there. I folded the document, put it in the bottom drawer. Didn't lock it. The next day, Ed didn't show. Didn't text. Didn't call. That said enough. Sam passed me in the hallway. "Morning, Graham." But his eyes didn't meet mine. In the cafeteria, someone had replaced the old mural. The quote I'd written 5 years ago. "Build quiet." Let results speak, was gone. In its place, leadership is a process, not a person. Glossy vinyl still smelled new. I stood in front of it. Someone walked by, slowed, then kept moving. No one stopped. That evening, I returned to the server. Room swiped my badge, red light. Again red. I tried the secondary. Red. I didn't force it, didn't knock, didn't speak, just stood there. One breath, two. Then smiled. Not because I was amused, because I finally understood. That night I didn't go home. I drove to the storage site in Glendale Unit B14. No cameras, no motion lights. I opened it with an old key. Inside, shelves, cables, a folding chair, and one black. Tower unit unplugged. I plugged it in, powered it up. The boot screen showed my name. 4 beeps. Then access.old architecture, unconnected to cloud or corp network. No one knew it still existed. Inside, first commits, contracts, source chains, proof of origin, also emails, memos, backup logs, including Clause 14C's draft, with metadata. The original version had different wording until Helena edited it. I didn't react, didn't save anything yet. I just watched the screen and let the machine hum. I returned to the storage unit the next night. Same key, same chair, same silence. This time I brought drives. One by one, I copied the original build files. Design schematics, source control logs, every modification tracked, every email chain preserved. Clause 14C's metadata showed 3 edit sessions. Only one had a login, Helena's. I didn't label the folders, just sorted them by date. Then encrypted the drive. No rush, just rhythm. The next morning, I parked in front of a nondescript building downtown. 4th floor, suite 412. No logo. A man named Lowell opened the door. No tie. Thin laptop. Steel thermos. Your Graham? I nodded. Inside, no receptionist. No artwork. Just shelves with old case binders and a humming scanner. He plugged in the drive. Scrolled, in silence. Paused over the architecture index. Most people bring a mess. Yours is clean, precise. I said nothing. You didn't build this with her? No. Anyone else? Just me. He nodded once. You own this. All of it. If it's filed properly. I looked at him. Not long. Just enough. He didn't ask again. He notarized 3 declarations, stamped 2 hard copies, opened a digital claim system with biometric login. We uploaded the compressed archive. Code. Logs. Drafts. Full project tree. Confirmed hash. Time-stamped. Secured. Registered. Independent. Time-locked. He looked up. Most people come in angry. You didn't. I didn't respond. He understood. That evening, Helena moved first. An internal memo went out. Subject: leadership transition. Clarified. Language was clean. Professional. Sharp. As we evolve from a founder-led structure to an institutional model, we're transitioning Graham to a personal strategic advisory track. This move allows us to operate without legacy bottlenecks while honoring our roots. The staff read it in silence. One engineer whispered, "He built this." No one replied. My name was gone from the homepage, from the footer, from the product brief. She renamed Aries, now it was Core X, same code. New slide deck. Then the press release. Photos of Helena shaking hands, charts, growth projections. No mention of version control, or authorship, or chain of logic. That night, I filed the final notarized package, original build, labeled and time-stamped. 2. External signatures. 1 from Lowell, the upload confirmed, legal anchor filed, no revisions accepted. From that moment forward, Core X was no longer a product. It was evidence. I didn't call anyone, didn't send letters, didn't make threats. I waited. Friday, Night I returned to the office after hours. No lights on. The front desk was empty. Security camera over the lobby blinked. Didn't track. My old access card still worked. They forgot to revoke it, or didn't think it mattered. I moved slow. Elevator hummed. The second floor was quiet. Only light came from a desktop monitor left on. In the hallway, someone had left a box of old chargers. Inside it, taped together, a USB adapter. I soldered myself. I left it there. The boardroom had a new table, glass and aluminum. 12 seats. No markers. The whiteboard wall was glossy now, blank. In my old office, the desk was staged for guests. Coffee table books. No keyboard. The chair was upright, modern. I didn't sit. Behind the door, under a pile of coiled cables, I found it. Steel plaque. Fenrir Systems. V1 launch, faded. Corners scratched. My handwriting etched in the back. I wrapped it in a folder. Didn't check the cameras. Didn't run. On my way out, I passed the display case. Inside it now. Helena's award from Tech Forward magazine. Next to it, empty space. I didn't stop, didn't speak. The elevator reflected my face. For a second, I looked like a visitor. And I was fine with that. The launch event was set for 10 a.m. downtown. Glass atrium, press credentials, and champagne on ice. The banner read, Core X, building the future now. Helena wore a navy suit and a silver pin. Her walk was slow, measured, confident. She took the stage like it already belonged to her. We've redefined the architecture from scratch, she said. This isn't a continuation. It's a clean slate. That was her first lie. Applause came easily. Flashbulbs. The big screen rotated between graphs, awards, projections, everything curated, sanitized, nothing left of Fenrir. Halfway through her pitch, a woman stepped up near the corner of the staged gray jacket, legal badge. She moved without hesitation, handed Helena a sealed envelope. Helena took it mid-sentence, barely missing a beat. Excuse me, just a procedural formality. She opened it casually, then paused. Behind her, the projector blinked, once, then again, then froze on a red screen. Authorization required. She tried to continue. We've experienced. Her voice caught. Someone coughed. A journalist in the second row pulled out his phone. Helena's legal advisor stepped up, whispered into her ear. IP hold, it's real, time-stamped. She forced a smile. We'll take a quick break. But no one clapped. No one moved. She stepped off stage fast, almost a stumble. 3 investors walked out quietly. One glanced at his phone, smiled, left. Backstage, she snapped. Who leaked this? Who let him near the build? No one answered. He doesn't have the team. He doesn't have the tools. Her voice cracked. The advisor just handed her a printout. Timestamp, registration, signature, verified. That afternoon she called me. You didn't have to ambush me. I didn't respond. You want credit? Say it. I'll give you a public statement, a shared narrative. Still nothing. Graham, you're hurting the company. No. I'm stopping fraud. Pause. This wasn't about stealing. It was about efficiency. Then you shouldn't have lied. She went silent. You made your point, she said quietly. Not yet. We met the next day. Neutral building. 1 glass wall. No reception? She looked tired, still composed, but different. You didn't just win. You wanted to humiliate me. No. Then why do it like this? Because you lied, and you erased me. She looked away. You're a builder, not a leader. That's what I told them. And I stand by it. I believe you. I slid a folder across the table. Inside, terms. I kept the original name. I kept the architecture. I retained full authorship and licensing rights. She could keep her team, keep the brand, but not the product. You could have buried me in court, she said, I know. Why didn't you? Because I didn't build this to destroy people. She stared at the folder, didn't open it. You really think this makes you noble? No, just right. She stood up. You win. No, I just stopped losing. She left without shaking my hand. A week later, her team tried to pivot. New name Core Y, but the new structure depended on the same base. Her tech lead emailed quietly. This doesn't pass clean compliance. The root's still his. They shut the branch down, then came the press release. We've realigned to prioritize original development streams. A journalist called it a graceful retreat. It wasn't. 2 months later, a quiet investor emailed me. Not the same without your fingerprints. I archived the message, didn't reply, didn't need to. The skyline was steel and slate, no billboards, no press, just winter light against glass. The elevator opened to a silent corridor. 3rd floor, frosted glass, no name on the door, just a number. 12, and beneath it, etched in brass, Fenrir. Inside, the space was deliberate, polished concrete, matte screens, no noise, 12 engineers, 3 analysts, 1 protocol officer, no open floor, no slogans on walls, just precision. A woman in her 40s reviewed logs by hand. 2 younger devs tested integration cycles. Ed sat in the corner sipping black coffee. Same jacket. Steady now. He looked up. Morning. I nodded. That was enough. Office had no desk. Just a long table, a bench seat, and a single vertical monitor. Against the back wall, a sealed frame. A schematic labeled RS V1.0, Base Logic Map. A knock at the side door. My assistant opened, a man stepped in. Military grade. Field coat. No entourage. He dropped a folder on the table. Clean audit. No leakage. Our side's ready. We'll be ready by end of week, I replied. He nodded. No handshake, no smiles, just alignment. When he left, the door closed with a soft click. Across the room, a prototype blinked. No shell yet. But the logic pulsed. Same architecture. New spine. I walked back into my space. Opened a drawer. Took out the steel plaque. Fenrir Systems, V1 launch. The surface was dulled, edges scratched from years of movement. The back had my initials, Ed's too. I wiped the face with a cloth, sat down, picked up a pen, wrote 3 digits behind the original etching. The room behind me was still working. I could hear the low hum of code running live tests. I looked at the plaque one last time, then slid it into a reinforced case, closed the lid, entered the code, twisted the lock. Click. I placed the case on a shelf, next to the old dev kit, didn't display either, just stored them right. A light shifted across the floor, sun catching the edge of the skyline now, orange cutting through cold blue. Ed walked past my office, paused, looked in. Still running? Always. He gave a small smile, kept walking. I sat, opened a terminal window, black screen, white cursor, typed 1 line, hit enter. The system responded, not with flare, not with error, just clean execution. 1 process opened, then another. Memory. Held. Everything stable. I leaned back. Not with pride, not with anger, just stillness. She kept the headlines. She kept the building. I kept the core. The gentleman's revenge isn't loud, but it's always personal. If this felt personal, make it personal. Subscribe now, and don't miss tomorrow's story.